Alright, what up everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the 305 from Logitech. So that's what we have here. Right here, we have the G203. Now if you notice, I do have the Hyperglides on the bottom here. I just put those on, I think, on Friday. And right here I have the first generation G Pro, not the Hero version. Also has the Hyperglides on them as well. So a lot of people have been buying the G Pro wireless, and I've actually been trying to push people away from it just because I don't think it's a very good mouse. It's $150, which is less than two of my keyboards that I own, or sorry, more than two of my keyboards that I own. So as you can see here, I'll take off the back. Now I do use the AA battery. Some people use the AAA, the AAA with the AA like shell. I don't do that just because I had AA's handy, and I don't think 3 or 4 or 5 grams is really going to make a big difference. Because I do have the opinion of if I can aim with this mouse and I can aim with this mouse, then I can aim with this mouse. Okay, so this is the 403 that I still use pretty regularly. I'm going to do a little comparison here. So all three of these mice are pretty much the same. But before we go into comparisons, I want to show you a couple things with the mouse that I don't like. So this might be a little hard to pick up on camera, but so because this outside shell goes all the way down here, let me see if I can get this to focus. Because it comes all the way down towards the button, when you push this button in, it goes under the shell sometimes. But I think that might just be something that you have to deal with. Let me see if I can get a better angle of this here. Yeah, that's a little better. You can see how it dips below the shell there. That's one of my bigger complaints, and I also don't like that these feet wouldn't fit on the 305. That's another really annoying thing. So I bought my Hyperglides, and I actually bought them for the 203 and the G Pro. I didn't buy them for this, but I bought them for these two. And I was just a little disappointed because I had purchased these, and then I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll buy the 305 as well because it was only $58. So I bought it, and I actually didn't return it. I was planning on it because I actually bought that, and then I bought the. Let's see if I can fit this in frame here. I bought the Sensei 310 as well, which is actually one of my favorite mice right now. So I really enjoy this one. I will have a review coming for this one as well, probably in the next couple days. Or a week maybe. But that was really my only flaw. And the weight distribution, it's pretty good, but it does lean a little to the back. But you could fix that issue with probably simply just putting a AAA battery in a AA like shell. So you could probably do that, and that'll fix the weight distribution. Because AAA batteries are pretty light. AA's are a little heavier, especially if they're full charged. They are definitely heavier. I don't really have many negative things to say about it. I'm actually not a fan of wireless, but this is a pretty good wireless mouse overall. I don't really have any complaints. I don't have any. I couldn't notice it in game, and I'm pretty my hands and my eyes are pretty sensitive to any kind of delay. I couldn't notice any, but it just felt weird not having a cord there because I've played so long with wires and cords that I'm used to it. It felt good though. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about that. But a lot of people wanted to see on a couple threads that I saw on the Mouse Review subreddit. They wanted to see a comparison between the 305 and then the FK2. So let me get this comparison here for you. So that's the FK2. That's the 305. The FK2 bottom, and then the 305 bottom. So the FK2 is a little bit bigger, it looks like. I do like the FK2. But the only thing I don't like about the FK2 is that I don't understand why there's buttons on the right side, because there's not very many lefties, and people could just buy a left-handed mouse. So I don't know why they still make a left-handed mouse. and the clicks. It's one thing I don't like about the FK2. Been thinking about making a video on that, but the mouse is pretty old now, so they're probably about to release a new one here soon. But yeah, I would say if you definitely need wireless, and you don't really want to have a wire anywhere, I would definitely recommend this before you buy the G Pro Wireless. The G Pro Wireless is $150, which is the most expensive mouse that I've seen from Logitech in terms of what it can do versus the weight. Like, the weight is pretty light, sure, but I think this one's only like, it's less than 100 grams. I know that. Anything less than 100 is fine. Like, there's a lot of people out there that will do like mods, and they'll take off their shell and be like, oh, that's 30 grams or whatever. I don't do all that because I don't feel like it's necessary. The weight distribution on the 305 is fine. Yeah, if you guys want to see any reviews or comparisons that I didn't do, just let me know in the comments and I can do it. Thanks.